Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Round 6, Season 4 of Hardcore Speedball. This is not live on Facebook tonight because Facebook Live would not let us go live, so instead we're recording it. This will all be recorded and backed up to our system, and we will upload it on the Hardcore Speedball page later. So the only thing, unfortunately, you won't see from tonight is all of the comments from Facebook. Tonight's lineup, round 6, we have Team Laylax, Valhalla's Allstars, Wreck-It Crew Omega, and the Heathens. And we're getting straight into it. So, match 1, game 1, Team Laylax versus Valhalla's Allstars. Alrighty, here we go for game 1 of match 1. Team Laylax on the left and Valhalla's All-Stars on the right. Laylax player moving up in the snake, but unfortunately getting tagged there. What a crazy night. We tried to get the live stream up for a good half an hour, but unfortunately we just couldn't get it to work, and the game must play on. So thank you to all of the players and teams who waited so patiently for the live stream to be up, but unfortunately it just didn't want to play. So I hope you enjoy watching it after the fact. And of course, round 6 is the last of our secondary elimination rounds. Nice run up the bottom there from Team Laylax. Here goes, I believe that's Kim from Team Laylax, making sure the field's clear before running back and grabbing the flag for game 1. You heard it there from Rowan. Laylax taking game 1. So we now head into game 2 with Valhalla's All-Stars moving over to the left and Laylax on the right. Loving this snake, and got to say, I'll be sad to see it go. Of course, this layout, it's the last time the teams will play on this layout. Semi-finals next week means that the whole field will be completely new for the semi-finals, grand finals, and of course into season 5. I just love this snake. Look at that bottom snake action here. Unbelievable. We have 6 referees on the field tonight, so 1 referee per quarter. So certainly nothing to be missed on the field tonight, that's for sure. And Valhalla's All-Stars running up, grabbing the flag for game 2. Geez, that must have been close to time. And we find ourselves at 1 apiece. Always exciting. Game 3, the decider. And Team Laylax moving across to the left, and Valhalla's All-Stars moving over to the right. Unbelievable. There must be some sort of solar flares in the air tonight. I swear nothing is working as it should be tonight. I think that's Skywalker in the top snake, moving up with his pistol. And Big Daddy behind him. Both players from Gravediggers, but have joined Valhalla's All-Stars for this season. Big Daddy to the X is going to go for a flag grab here. Gets it successfully, so they get those points. Valhalla's All-Stars creeping up the field, all players pushing up. Pricey shuffling backwards in that bottom snake and taking up the T position to get out that pillar player. Suicide run and has come out successfully. Skywalker there on the back pillar. And Valhalla's All-Stars taking game 3 with Big Daddy hanging the flag. It feels very weird not having the comments on the live stream here to be able to refer to. So that really sucks. I will log on to Facebook. I just put a comment up saying that the stream wasn't up. So hopefully you guys catch that and make some comments and I can refer to them. Valhalla's All-Stars taking out match 1, winning the last 2 games against Laylax. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the score sheet from match 1. And also next up, we have Valhalla's All-Stars back on the field to take on Wreck-It Crew, Omega. I'm just attempting to post some live results here on the Facebook page. Trying our best to work with the technical difficulties that have been thrown at us. I'm so sorry to disappoint you. You guys are all so upset. It's terrible. Okay, must give a mad shout out to our sponsors. So thank you to SOFTOPS, who puts our stream together for us and spent the last half an hour providing me with tech support, trying to get this thing up and running. But unfortunately, Facebook just wasn't playing ball with us tonight. So here we are recording as if we're doing it live, and we will chuck this up on Facebook after the fact. Thanks to our sponsors for the season. So Ball Undercover, you may know them as GBU. RPM Tech Shop, Ausgel, who are back on Facebook, so make sure you like them. Ausgel International, I believe they are now. Vatios Clothing Co, Trick over at Damage Cartel, UGelly up north. Hey guys, how's it going? Home Run Computer Services, new sponsor this season. Blaster Supplies, of course, the online shop of hardcore blasters, and HSG Hardcore Sim Gear. All right, I've got the score sheet here in front of me. So match 1, we had game 1, Laylax versus Valhalla's Allstars, and no penalties, and Team Laylax taking out game 1. Game 2, 1 penalty, a no-hit call to Valhalla's Allstars, and Valhalla's Allstars took that game. Game 3, no penalties, and the game went to Valhalla's Allstars. Next up, Valhalla's All-Stars versus Wreck-It Crew Omega. So Wreck-It Crew have several teams that they run, and Omega has entered this season for the first time and have done quite well. Photographer Nailed It Sports Photography down there on the field in the yellow vest. That's Nige. If you jump on Nailed It Sports Photography on Instagram, Facebook, or check him out directly, he'll have those photos up from tonight within a couple of hours after the event wraps up. Alrighty, here we go. Match 2. Wreck-It Crew on the left, and Valhalla's All-Stars backing it up on the right. So some of you may not know that with players in Hardcore Speedball, you don't need to register a player for the season. You just need to register the team. And as long as that player hasn't played with another team from that season, they're fine to play. So you can bring in new players throughout the season, or perhaps you've got several teams like a Wreck-It Crew and you can swap the players out. But as long as they haven't played with another team for that season, it's completely fine. Can certainly make things a bit easier if there's any injuries or work commitments or life commitments. Pretty excited to see this field change up, that's for sure. Tonight, some of the referees will be hanging out afterwards to change this layout. And of course, we have casual speedball this Sunday. Unfortunately, it's booked out, but all of the people who are playing casual speedball this Sunday will get to play on the new layout that will be revealed for the semi-finals next week. And of course, semi-finals, Headhunters and Hell's Gels have made it through, and only 2 teams can make it through from tonight. It's a tough call. Of course, Valhalla's Allstars and the Heathens are both teams, a blend of Gravediggers and Valhalla's Allstars players. So it'll be very interesting to see who gets through tonight, that's for sure. Oh, Wrecker Crew sneaking up in that bottom snake. I believe that's Ash there. They're so far up the field now, these players. Wreck-It Crew running through, taking out that pillar player, allowing Ash to run through, get the flag for a win for Wreck-It Crew Omega. All right, Valhalla's All-Stars moving over to the left and Wreck-It Crew on the right. Penalty there given to Wreck-It Crew. Didn't quite catch if that was an early break or if it was a no shoulder. Push up into X from Valhalla's All-Stars. Moving well up the snake. They get the flag grab. And run through, clear the fields for a win for Valhalla's All-Stars, Game 2. I'm so bummed the live stream didn't work, guys. I hope you get to watch this after the fact, and I'm just so sorry you didn't get to watch it live. We tried for so long, but it was half an hour, and it was just too long to keep dragging out. What? What has happened here? Ooh, what a turn of events. So, although Valhalla's All-Stars did hang that flag, unfortunately they'd received 2 penalties. So, first penalty was an early break, and second penalty, unfortunately, Skywalker getting tagged and mustn't have felt that one, and therefore, red card ended the game. Game automatically went to Wreck-It Crew. That's got to really shake the guys up. That's not a good feeling to think you have won a game and then be told that actually it was a red card and they didn't notice. So, yeah, I feel for those guys. Hopefully they can shake it off and work for the points and work for the match point wins. They already have one up on the board, so hopefully they can turn it around. Wreck-It Crew working the field, and for a new team to go this hard, that's incredible. We just had a bit of a suicide run up the top snake there from Valhalla's, and there was a trade between Valhalla's and Wreck-It Crew. Big Daddy's snatched the flag there, or is that Pricey? I'm not sure. They're both really, really good at getting low around those barriers. Such a vulnerable position, just hiding in those little corners of that snake. Player still on the back, on the bottom left pillar. Was able to take out a couple of the players there. Big Daddy's been tagged with a flag, but I believe that's Pricey. Who is that? Is that Pricey or is that Sam? I cannot tell. Anyway, able to pick up the flag for Valhalla's All-Stars to get Game 3. I think that's Pricey. I can see the sleeves of his Gravediggers jersey. Alrighty, so you heard it there from Rowan. Valhalla's All-Stars taking Game 3. But Wreck-It Crew Omega taking out the match. And just a few minutes, we'll have Wreck-It Crew back on the field to take on the Heathens. We'll have that score sheet as well, so we can go through that one back in just a couple of minutes.
The HSG V2G was designed with advice from some of the best techs in the industry. The prototyping, the manufacturing, it's all Australian, made right here in Queensland using world-class materials.
Alrighty, I have the score sheet in front of me. Sorry for the delay. I was just updating Facebook to let everyone know that Wreck-It Crew Omega did take out match 2. And I have the score sheet here in front of me. Okay, so game one, Valhalla's Allstars did have a penalty for a no-hit call there, but Wreck-It Crew taking that one for the win. Game two, no-hit call and an early break to Valhalla's Allstars, and a penalty and early break to Wreck-It Crew Omega. But Wreck-It Crew Omega winning that one because of the penalty, because of the red card awarded to Valhalla's Allstars. Game three, a no-shoulder penalty to Valhalla's Allstars, but Valhalla's Allstars taking the win. So Wreck-It Crew Omega takes the match. All right, in just a couple of minutes, we'll have Wreck-It Crew Omega back on the field to take on the Heathens. And just a reminder, for this part of the competition, anything from round 5 onwards, each team versus the other team only once. So by this stage, they should have gotten used to the format. In rounds 1, 2, 3, and 4, of course, the teams all verse each other twice. And then when you get to these latter rounds, it becomes a bit more difficult, and every single game of every match counts. All right, Wreck-It Crew starting on the left, and the Heathens starting on the right. And of course, the Heathens are made up of Valhalla's All-Stars players and Gravedigger player too. And they're wearing the winners' jerseys from season 2, I think it was, that Valhalla's All-Stars won. Cheeky move. They do look great, though. Oh, we've got a player on each side of that top flower, and Wreck-It Crew just getting the jump there. Oh, they've taken a trade, both of those players. Wreck-It Crew push right up the field and clear the field, so able to run through, grab that flag for a win for game 1. Referees down on the field tonight, we have Lockie from Yakuza, Bigfoot from Yakuza, Rowan from RPM Titans, Jacob from Damage Cartel, Jared from Damage Cartel, and who have I forgotten? Chris from Hell's Gels. or Hell's Speedsoft, I think they're calling themselves now. Jesse's not here tonight. He had his wisdom teeth taken out today, so big sad. Penalty there for the Heathens I've just seen thrown up. I think it was a no shoulder, so hopefully whoever it was sorts that out and they don't get thrown a red so early on. The shouldering rule at Hardcore Speedball is very strict. In saying that though, it's pretty basic. Your blaster must be shouldered when you're firing. All right, Rico's in the snake. And that's it. The Heathens move up the field, and Sam grabs that flag for a win for Game 2. Four players left on the field for the Heathens. All right, the Heathens on the right and Wreck-It Crew Omega on the left. Game 3 now. And it is a decider. Of course, Wreck-It Crew taking out Game 1. The Heathens taking out Game 2. So whoever wins this game will be taking out the match. Players in both snakes. So top side, you have the Heathens. Just been tagged, unfortunately. And bottom snake, you have Ash from Wreck-It Crew. Making his way up. You can always tell Ash by that orange receiver. Penalty there. That player, I believe, no hit call there in the bottom snake, Ash. Can be hard with a lot of the gear that you have to wear for HPA, of course. Just checking in with Rowan because obviously I've... So I've just had an update there. It was nothing to do with the snake player from Wreck-It Crew. Here's me going, oh, it must be a no-hit. Completely wrong. What actually happened was it was something more basic. It was a no-shoulder call twice. For the Heathens, unfortunately. So the red card automatically gave the win to the Heathens. Phew, got there in the end. So just got confirmation it was a no-hit call for the Wreck-It Crew player in the bottom snake there, but that was completely irrelevant because it wasn't why it stopped the game. Unfortunately, the Heathens did get 2 penalties as well. So I will go through that score sheet very quickly. So game 1, we did have a penalty to the Heathens. It was an early break, and the game win went to Wreck-It Crew Omega. Game 2, we had a couple of penalties. There was a no-hit call to Wreck-It Crew, and there was a late flag drop to the Heathens, but the Heathens took that game out. Game 3, there was a no-hit call to Wreck-It Crew, and 2 no-shouldering calls, unfortunately, to the Heathens. So that did get them a red card, and unfortunately, Wreck-It Crew getting the win on that one from the penalty, which actually gave them the match. So well done, Wreck-It Crew. And in just a few minutes, teams will be back on the field. The Heathens will be back on to take on Team Laylax. So stick around, be back in just a couple of minutes.
Thanks to GBU and obviously Stig Industries as well for supplying all of the components that we need to have our kick-ass blasters. If you're looking for any parts for any kind of build, come down, give GBU a try. I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
Just updating the Facebook comments there to let everyone know that Wreck-It Crew Omega did win match 3. And now we're about to kick off with match 4. The Heathens back on the field to take on Team Laylax. And the Heathens on the right, Team Laylax on the left. The referees really having their work cut out for them tonight. Quite a lot of penalties. You wouldn't expect to see so many penalties usually at this end of the competition. Usually gameplay is fairly tight, but we are seeing quite a lot of penalties and some interesting ones too that we don't normally see, like late flag drop. some trade there on the top snake flower. Can see the massive lens of Nige, the photographer, down on the bottom right there, waving around. He gets some absolutely awesome shots. And if you haven't already checked out his stuff, check out Nailed It Sports Photography. And of course, if you're chasing any images as well, they'll be up pretty quickly. The Heathens player working his way across the field there. Sitting on the bottom right snake. I think that's Nick from Team Laylax on the Dorito. Absolutely smashing out the gels. I swear these guys must strap 50 magazines to themselves. I think time may have just been called, 30 seconds. I think that's Sam sliding backwards and forwards across the field, doing so well to not get tagged, sitting in the safety of that chevron. And that's game. I think this one is due to time. We'll wait and find out. Laylax just make it so hard to move. They just throw so many gels down the field. You heard it there from Rowan. Laylax taking that game. They obviously had more points there. They did have more players left on the field, but they also mustn't have gotten any penalties. An early break, of course, is a deduction of 50 points. So that's why it's so important to still play the game on points as well, because it can come down to points. All right, Team Laylax on the right now and the Heathens on the left. Rico, unmistakable in his bright orange shoes on the left castle or U or whatever you want to call it. Got Sam creeping into the bottom snake. Rico moving into the X. Rico getting that flag grab. And Sam running up that bottom right there and taking out the U player for Laylax. And the Heathens getting the flag, getting the win for game 2. All right, Team Laylax moving over to the left, and the Heathens on the right for the final game of match 4. You've got to love these cliffhangers. Laylax, of course, taking out game 1. Heathens taking out game 2, which brings us to the decider of this game. So it's going to be hard. These guys are not going to give in easily, that's for sure. A little bug just dead set flew in my eye, like dive bombed me. I believe Ausgel is part of the same group as M4A1, Laylax, and Titan, and both of these teams on the field are sponsored in some way or another by one of those brands. So those sponsors have got to be pretty happy. Rico getting the flag grab for the Heathens. Suicide run by Sam. He did get tagged there, so ref has thrown a penalty. Mad dash here. What's happened? Game called. Obviously a red card there. There was so much going on and so many penalties being thrown. I've just radioed through to Rowan to ask him to let me know what's gone down there. You heard it there. The Heathens take that game and they take the match. We will get confirmation on what happened there. Just getting confirmation of that play, and it's I swear there's like a solar flare or something because all of the technology is playing up and I can't hear him properly on the radio. So what a crazy bit of commotion. It was exactly as it seemed on the field. There was a couple of no-hit calls there, and okay, so we did have a Laylax player got tagged before he shot at Sam from Valhalla's, and then the Heathens, and then he was out. The other Heathens players in the flower were able to get that flag and run it through for a win for the Heathens. So it wasn't in fact stopped on a penalty at all. All right, I will read that scorecard out in just a sec. I'll be back in just... Oh, actually, we've already got these teams on the field. I took too long. And we now have Laylax back on the field to take on Wreck-It Crew Omega. What a night. I swear this is our worst night of streaming yet. And we're not even streaming, we're just recording. Wreck-It Crew Omega on the left and Laylax on the right. I will just quickly read out the score sheet before it gets too old. So from the last match, match 4, game 1, no penalties. Game went to Laylax. The time ran out on that one. Game 2, no penalties. The game went to the Heathens. And game 3, there was a penalty for the Heathens. It was a non-shoulder. And then those guys won the game and the match. My apologies for the very disjointed commentary tonight. And Wreck-It Crew working up the outside of that bottom snake. Nice push from Laylax. Up the field, clearing it and getting the flag, running it through for Laylax. Geez, these guys are fast. Here we go, game 2 of match 5. Wreck-It Crew moving up in that top snake, and there is a Laylax player in the top left flower there. We've got a Wreck-It Crew player and a Laylax player on either side of the bottom snake. He's going up the bottom there. He's going to get the Laylax player by surprise. There he goes. Here we go, players running all over the field. Mad dash up by Wreck-It Crew, taking out the Laylax player in the chevron, grabbing the flag, and just completely taking the field by surprise and getting that win. All right, we're at a team apiece now in true hardcore style. Game 1 going to Laylax, Game 2 going to Wreck-It Crew, and Game 3 will be the decider. Laylax will be hungry for this win. They haven't received a match point win yet tonight. All right, Laylax on the right and a Wreck-It Crew Omega on the left. Game 3 of match 5. Almost over. One match to go after this. And we've got the Wreck-It Crew player retreating there in the snake, taking a different line. And we've got a push up to the X there. Wreck-It Crew going to go for the flag grab, gets it successfully. There is a Laylax player somewhere up in that top snake. And he has been tagged with the flag there. Wreck-It Crew's dropped the flag. They have got the points though, so if Wreck-It Crew can hold off Team Laylax, they may well get the win on points. So Laylax really need to move up and get that flag and get it through. 30 seconds to go, and you can see that Laylax player is just sitting there and waiting in hope that they don't realize he's there. I don't know if it's going to play well for these guys. A trade there, and Wreck-It Crew, last one standing. Will he get the flag in time and get it hung before time? And he gets the win for Wreck-It Crew. Referees going around and picking up all the magazines there. You heard it there, Wreck-It Crew taking game 3 and taking the match. Very shortly, we'll have Valhalla's Allstars on the field to take on the Heathens. This will be a very interesting match because these two teams are very well known to each other. They're all teammates. So who will win? Who will be the better team out of these two guys? This match will be the decider between them. So stick around. In just a few minutes, we'll be back with our final match of the evening. Alrighty, I have the score sheet here in front of me from match 5. Game 1, no penalties. Game went to Team Laylax. Game 2, 1 penalty to Wreck-It Crew. That's a no shoulder. And game went to Wreck-It Crew. Game 3, no penalties, and game went to Wreck-It Crew. Alrighty, so close to match 6 in just a couple of minutes. The Heathens and Valhalla's All-Stars will take the field. Nige down there in the yellow vest, our photographer from Nailed It Sports Photography. So make sure you check him out. And big shout out to all of the referees tonight. It has been a crazy night, that's for sure. Big shout out to all of our sponsors as well for the season. Fantastic sponsors: GBU Ball Undercover, RPM Tech Shop, Ausgel, Vatios Clothing Co, UGelly, Home Run Computer Services, Blaster Supplies, and HSG Hardcore Sim Gear. And of course, all of this happens at Hardcore Blasters. We have another field at Hardcore Blasters. We call it our CQB field. Most of you will know it. And of course, that field has undergone a dramatic change. We had the Search and Destroy competition on Sunday night, and Zulu Group took that out again for the second time. So the field started getting changed the very next day after that competition, and it will be up and ready this Friday for all the public CQB games. And most importantly, this field will be getting changed tonight. So after tonight, you will not see this field layout again. We'll have a brand new layout for you, and we'll get some digital versions of that layout up before the before next week, before the semi-finals. And anyone booked in for a training session or for casual speedball this Sunday will get to play on the new layout, which is pretty exciting. And of course, the two teams who make it through from tonight will be going into the semi-finals with Hell's Gels and the Headhunters. Alrighty, here we go. Valhalla's Allstars and the Heathens taking the field. And as I said before, they're all known to each other. They're all players from Valhalla's Allstars and Gravediggers. And they've split all the players across the two teams. So this is going to be very good to watch. The Heathens starting on the left and Valhalla's Allstars on the right. All right, the Heathens pushing up in the bottom snake. And Valhalla's Allstars pushing up in that top snake flower in the tee. All right, Big Daddy pushing up into X, getting the flag for Valhalla's Allstars. Sam running crazily up the field. Big slide, but gets shot in the back. Big Daddy running the flag through. We will find out what happened here. You can never tell. I mean, you think it's a win and then something crazy happens. Valhalla's Allstars taking that game. And the Heathens move over to the right now for game 2. And Valhalla's Allstars on the left. Again, for anyone watching this stream, unfortunately we weren't able to do this stream live because for some reason Facebook wasn't letting us connect tonight. And we have done this a bunch of times, I think 37 times, 38 times. So yeah, for some reason it just wouldn't connect. We tried everything we could. We spent half an hour trying to get the stream up and running live for you on Facebook, but it just wouldn't work. So here we are recording it, and we will upload that to Facebook after the fact. So yeah, apologies for the lack of Facebook live stream with comments tonight. And a massive thank you to all of the players and teams tonight who waited very patiently for us to sort out that technical difficulty. So it was about half an hour these guys waited. So we normally start at 7 p.m. and we didn't kick off until 7:30. So thank you so much to all of the players and teams tonight for waiting so patiently. All right, we've got Heathens players both in, we're both in snake position, moved up now. There is a Valhalla's All-Star behind that pillar. He's been taken out and the Heathens rush the field. Sam grabs the flag and runs it through for a win for the Heathens. Alrighty, we head into game 3 now. The decider for this match and the decider for the night. So whoever wins this last game and wins the match will be going through to the semi-finals. There's a lot on the line here. Someone's taken their blaster off from the Heathens. Backpack is off. Not sure what's going on here. I think he's taken his blaster out of the game and he's going to run with no blaster. So Heathens on the left and Valhalla's All-Stars on the right. Game 3 of 3 for match 6. We've got a Heathens player and Valhalla's All-Star player both in the chevrons outside the X. Big Daddy from Valhalla's All-Stars able to get in the X. Gets that flag grab and retreats back to the chevron without getting tagged. This is intense. And we've got a red card. The Heathens player showing he has no blaster. Wow, you heard it there. The Heathens take that game by penalty and they take the match. What a turn of events. We will find out what that penalty is for in just a minute, so bear with me and I'll wait for the scorecard. Alrighty, I've got the scorecard in here in front of me, and in just a couple of minutes we'll have all of the players from all of the teams back on the field to make the official announcement of the 2 teams who will be moving forward to the semi-finals next week with Headhunters and Hells Gels. So match 6 scorecard here. Game 1, no penalties. Game went to Valhalla's Allstars. Game 2, there was a penalty to the Heathens for slow walking to breakout, but the Heathens did take that game. Game 3, 2 penalties to Valhalla's All-Stars for not shouldering, and unfortunately they lose that game by penalty. Game went to the Heathens and therefore they take out the match. We'll be back in just a minute with the official announcement of who will be moving through. And while we're waiting for all of the players to get on the field, just a reminder to check out Nailed It Sports Photography to chase up all the photos from tonight and from the season. A big shout out to all of our referees who have worked very hard tonight on the field. And of course, all the players and teams who have come here tonight and put up with the half an hour delay. And so sorry to all of you at home who couldn't watch along live tonight. It is a first for us, and I do apologise. All of the teams heading out on the field now. And of course, next week, semi-finals. The field will be changed up tonight. Once these guys go home, we will hang around, move this field around. Here they come, Team Laylax, super fast. If you're waiting to register for Season 5, remember that cut-off is next Sunday, the 26th of September. So make sure you register your team. We have been seeing them roll in, but yeah, you don't want to miss out. Only 12 teams can get in for the season. So Season 5, of course, kicks off first Wednesday of October and runs through October, November. It is our final season for the year for Hardcore Speedball. So make sure you get in by next Sunday, the 26th of September, to register your team. And of course, you register your team at Hardcore Blasters or hardcorespeedball.com.au. They all take you to the same place. Here we go. They're finally straggling on the field now.
That'll make it through to the next round is Valhalla. Both.
So the announcement there, the Heathens and Wreck-It Crew Omega, the teams who are making it through to the semi-finals. Everything that could go wrong tonight has gone wrong in terms of our operations. But yes, so the official scoring at the end of the evening was Laylax on 0 points, Valhalla's Allstars on 1 point, Wreck-It Crew Omega on 3 points, and the Heathens on 2 points. So the two teams moving through will be the Heathens and Wreck-It Crew Omega to go up against the Headhunters and Hells Gels in the semi-final next week of Hardcore Speedball. So make sure you tune in 7 p.m. next Wednesday. Hopefully we have all our technical difficulties sorted out then. And major thanks to our sponsors, Ball Undercover, RPM Tech Shop, Ausgel, Vatios Clothing Co, UGelly, Home Run Computer Services, Blaster Supplies, and Hardcore Sim Gear. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching this one, and we'll catch you next week.